it was a very busy weekend and a very busy week, and I can begin with the newspaper and also the stories in the headline. Supporting the glory, there is a it was a busy weekend, and also weekdays is like sports here over there. The Capsias Cup of this sports that is ongoing right now. And also there are a couple of events that are ongoing in the county during county since it is a rainy season and people are planting. So I am just urging you when they do not planting again to go to the shepherd so because it is a rainy season people have to come they are planting and everything is not going to be without any problem. So let's browse over our newspapers that made the headline this morning. First of all, we had the stories that made the headline is that as you know, and ODM. Then we had the fertilizer that has been given from the week, the fertilizer we have been talking about, and also it is a Easter Monday. We had this Friday, then the Easter began from Friday up and now. It was a surprise because it's Friday. It's a surprise also has been this. So this is still Easter, like today is a holiday, and Easter we discuss if we can get whether this Easter holiday days as calculated. So we also present we saw Babu Weno and other Azimio leaders forming some political party or forming some movements. We've seen some governors coming out forming other political movements. So it is just somehow political mileage that they are trying to capture the state or to capture the attention of the state. So they are doing some preparation for people to the election. And Babu Weno said that it is not a rival group or it is not a rival movement, but it's a way forward to fight for the young people or to fight for the youth. Yesterday also we saw Kalonzo coming out and within the march coming out and stating that it is time to turn the divisive politics that are associated as Mula Moja, One Kenyan Alliance, and they are ready to bring on board all leaders as Mula Moja. And also Raila Odinga came out boldly and told ODM leaders to stop the ongoing political wrangles, all ongoing party political wrangles that have been taking place since he decided to go for the post of AU position or AU chairmanship. And he said that the position that has been taken by ODM leaders or new leaders to have the political wrangles over the ODM position or ODM leadership will bring a deficit or will divide the political mileage of ODM or Azimio. So he urged leaders or the ODM leaders, especially unions leaders, to stop or to shun the divisive politics that has been taking place or that has been ongoing since he left for AU position post or left for AU. Cleared to go for the AU position post or to vie for a chairmanship of AU. So right now the ODM leaders to stop the early politics, and this one, like the ODM party is having its grassroots election in April. So this one will somehow affect the grassroots election according to His Excellency Raila Odinga. And during weekend also we saw the President of Republic of Kenya launching the Safari Rally that was taking place in Naivasha, Nakuru County, and also we've seen a lot of events and activities taking place during the weekend. Is there any activity that was taking place within your area? Keep tweeting, keep speaking to me via Blackman TV. We are live in Facebook. We are also available in YouTube. Keep tweeting and communicate to me via those social media platforms. Let me begin with the newspaper review, and this is the Star newspaper. Kalonzo Wamalwa ready for protest if Boma stocks implemented halted. Kalonzo Wamalwa ready for protest if Boma stocks implementation halted. So we had the Nakuru report, and Kalonzo and Eugene Wamalwa have come out and said that they will protest. They will call the mass protest if the Bomas implementation is altered. When the Bomas implementation or the Nakuru report is not put in place, they will call the mass protest. My question is, will Kalonzo pull the mass to the protest as Raila Odinga did? Because we've several times seen Kalonzo Musyoka coming out. We've seen Kalonzo Musyoka coming out in several moments, campaigning in Nyanza and other areas around Western. So he has been doing so, and we've seen several masses coming to his rally. So yesterday he said that he's ready to pull the masses, and is ready to go to protest over the Nakuru report if the report is not implemented, if the report is not put in place. That is Kalonzo Musyoka speaking, and also they were speaking together with the Eugene Wamalwa. As you know, right now Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa are really doing a lot of campaign in opposition, since they are against the government projects that are implemented, and these projects, they hurt the lives of common wananchi. Like we have got the fertilizer that has brought a lot of debate in this country. They are complaining that the fertilizer is fake, so it has brought a lot of tension to this country. Then tension in Kionzo, Kakamega, as locals engage police over murder of guards. Tension in Kionzo, Kakamega County, as locals engage police over murder over a guard. In several occasions, I don't know what has been happening in this country or any other place. We've seen a lot of guards being murdered, being maimed. So I don't know what has been happening. Should they have reinstated deep security, or what should be done to our guards so as to be secured? Of recent, even Migori County, in even other areas, we've seen a lot of guards being maimed in very sudden death. So I don't understand. Like this one in Kakamega, the police engaged the locals who are protesting over the death or over the killing of a guard or a security officer. So we've seen several moments guards being killed and dumped. So I don't understand what has been going on. Still on the Daily Nation, church leaders plead over high cost of living and heavy taxes. Christians throng various places of worship for Easter Sunday, where clerics called on government to be sensitive over plight of Kenyans, railing under high cost of living and heavy taxation that has been in place. The religious leaders also challenged authorities to come clear over fake fertilizer being distributed in various parts of the country. Catholic Archbishop Nairobi Diocese Father Philip Anyolo called government leaders to try and ease the pain of Kenyans due to struggling economy. So Philip Anyolo or the church leaders have come out
to ask the government to reduce the cost of living and the high taxation. And also they spoke about the fertilizer or the fake fertilizer that has been a debate over 2 weeks in this country. So the church also has raises an alarm over the fake fertilizer, the high cost of living, and the high taxation imposed on the on the commodities or the purchased items from different working shops or different shops. On the Standard newspaper, Nakumicha challenge for Nakumicha calls for review of doctors' CBA as strikes bites of several it is now around 4 weeks. Doctors have been on strike over lack of payment or also lack of improvement in their jobs. So CS Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakumicha called for a review of Dr. CBA as strike bites. So Health Secretary Susan Nakumicha has called for a review of the 2017 collective bargaining agreement CBA, which she believes instigated the current doctor strike. Nakumicha stated that the CBA contains ambitious areas that needed to be addressed, and I quote, "I was to present when the agreement was signed between the Kenyan Medical Practitioners and Doctors Union, KMPDU, and then the government," she said. During a Thanksgiving ceremony for Lugari constituency, MP Nabi Nabwera on Saturday, Nakumicha expressed her readiness to tackle the issues. She explained that President William Ruto administration is committed to resolving issues across all sectors for the welfare of all Kenyans. So Susan Nakumicha is urging for an urgent review of Dr. CBA as strikes bites. So it is she has realized that the strike will affect the health sector. So she has come up boldly to ask for a review on the strike that has been ongoing up to now. It is around 4 weeks or 1 month since the strike began. Next, on the Standard newspaper, NADCO was meant to pacify restless masses. NADCO was meant to pacify restless masses, says Martha Karua. Martha Karua says that NADCO report was meant to pacify restless masses. So there had been a lot of protests, and people, especially the opposition, has not been in a rest. It has been a restless mass. So Martha Karua, who is also an opposition leader and the leader of KANU, says that the NADCO report was just meant to pacify the restless masses. So in her latest response, Karua says the report, which is a product of bipartisan talks between Kenya Kwanza and Azimio la Umoja, was meant to serve the top political leaders. Martha Karua says that the report was just meant to serve the top political leaders. So that is Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Alliance leader, that is who is on top, Raila Odinga, and also the president. They were the people who engaged the leaders or engaged Kenyans into the NADCO, and Raila Odinga. We saw Raila Odinga of recent signing the report or signing an agreement on the NADCO report, and also the president that does the same. So Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, in her latest report or her latest response, says that the report, which is a product of bipartisan talks between Kenya Kwanza and Azimio la Umoja, was just meant for a top political leaders. It was just meant for a top political leaders. So NADCO, and I quote, NADCO was all along meant as a pacifier for the restless masses, jobs for the big boys, and pushing ahead the Kenya Kwanza regime's legislative agenda. Karua stated in a statement X. Instead of former Gichugu member of parliament, he said the most urgent issues to look into the future and how to make it better. So on the People's Daily, about the stories also making the headline, top Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance coalition politician is set for a cabinet slot in President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza government in a new handshake bill. Stories making headlines. A top Azimio la Umoja Kenya Kwanza coalition party is set for a cabinet slot in President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza government in a new handshake deal. The appointment has been well planned to be made public during a looming cabinet reshuffle, which see at least 6 underperforming cabinet secretaries dropped. And I quote, he's joining the government. The President Ruto sees him both as an asset and a liability in 2027. The president does not want him in the opposition in 2027, our source intimated. The head of state is said to have fallen out of favor with 6 cabinet secretaries whose performance are below par and who have made the government unpopular. The politician who was plotting to unseat Ruto in 2027 abandoned his dreams after discovering that his main allies, including ODM leader Raila Odinga, has abandoned him. So the politician who is set to join the Kenya Kwanza government in the reshuffling of government or the cabinet secretaries, the name has not been quoted, and we are asked, or Kenyans have been asked to just wait when the reshuffling will be done. A top Azimio leader, One Kenya Alliance politician is set